What up, YouTube types? It's time to eat eggs and take names and kick ass. Kick ass, take names, and eat eggs. Yeah, I'm not even taking my clothes off until after the eggs are going. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. I take my clothes off on camera on the regs on this channel. So cheers. Come on then. Oh, that's a strong shell. So it's an easy does it Sunday morning. As yesterday I went out and tested out the full time trial regalia just to make sure that it is fully compatible with itself, and it is. And geez, is it ever compatible? Let's just say that if you take the correct rider and you put them on that bike and you put the correct clothing on them, it goes pretty fast. I mean, yesterday there was a point where I was like, I feel like I'm going pretty good here. I was going 30 miles an hour plus uphill. And I don't think it was a tailwind. It was just pure juice and aerodynamics. Man, like, I don't got to put out that many watts on that thing. It is bonkers. If you're viewing the video in syndication, make sure you press the like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you press subscribe. Otherwise, you'll miss the content. We'll talk about eggs and cycling. Viewer comments will be mentioned, perhaps, especially if they're relevant to anything in the realm of reality. And of course, we'll cover weather and space weather and some news stories. Let me know if I've missed any. Was anything nuked overnight? I didn't hear anything, but I don't generally step on social media in the morning because the platforms are completely busted. So whether it's Facebook or Twitter, most Americans, they get their news from Facebook or Twitter nowadays, which means it's carefully curated to their left or right wing styles, which is the funniest thing ever. Because now I imagine as a content creator, we should, and definitely don't, curate our posts so that they're like right-wing adjacent for Twitter and left-wing adjacent for Facebook. That would probably be, give them the best treatment on the algorithm. And the craziest thing is that Twitter is actually more censored now than YouTube. So, I mean, what? Yeah. Twitter is more censored than YouTube. It is real easy to get outright banned on YouTube. On Twitter. It's real easy to get outright banned on Twitter and kind of hard to get outright banned on YouTube. Although I know there are ways to do it very easily for doing very little malfeasances. So bear with me a minute here. I just got done riding and I need some potassium, sugar, fructose, things like that. Don't forget some sucrose. Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. Congratulations on realizing it exists. Suddenly 16 people are here. Like 14 of you just showed up. So thanks. What are you into on this fine Sunday morning? I'm talking with my mouth full daily on the channel. Hey, 6 viewers who are still here, press the like button, would you? Press share, tell your friends we're streaming. That would be nice. We'd greatly appreciate it. Meanwhile, I think I'll have one of my new power foods. Yeah, I'm going to share a superfood with you here in a minute, and you may be surprised. Well, Maybe I won't share. Okay, I'll share. Hey, Plains Hood. Cheers. Welcome to the stream. And just so you know, I know. It's the branding is backwards. I apologize. This video has no paid promotions. So the backwards logos are acceptable this time. Tell me this, folks. On your smart devices, do you like to have the mirror in? Lovebug says, "Can I get some advice?" Yeah, sure. It depends what it's on, but ask away. And I completely lost train of thought now. So, how do I tell my girlfriend's parents that we're dating? She's 17 and I'm 35. She's pregnant and we're scared. Geez. I mean, you better tell the parents. I mean, are they going to freak out about it? Like, what's going to happen, right? You have some idea. You have a better idea than me what'll happen. So, yeah. I mean, but pretty hard to hide a pregnancy, and you definitely shouldn't do that. So I would get ahead of it. You know, that would be what I would do. Is I would like, it's not a felony. Like, it depends on what state you're in, but age of consent is well below 17 in most states. So whatever. Like, it's technically it's it's some gray area ultimately. Uh, but keep in mind, this is not legal advice. So it is like technically illegal because, underage, under 18. But if there's consent, then you're probably just fine. Like, in other words, if the parents want to prosecute you for it, the parents can try to prosecute you for it, but they'll never make it stick unless your girlfriend is like tells the police that it was non-consensual, right? That's the danger, I believe. Is now, again, not legal advice, and I'm definitely not an attorney, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. So there's that. Or you could move to Switzerland. I mean, I'm thinking about doing that myself. So maybe I'll see you there soon. Um, and yeah, so I mean, geez, you got to come up with such hard questions, man. Don't you have an easier question than that? That's a tough one. Let me put this up a little higher so that I look like I'm lording over our viewers a little bit less. There we go. That's a little better. It was too high. It puts me in an inappropriate position. I spend a lot of time trying to be less scary. Um, so, so like, when I ride bikes, when I do group rides, people think I'm going to ride fast all the time. It's like, I'm on a zone 2 day, guys. I'm trying to keep my heart rate below 130. So I think you'll be okay, you know? Yeah, that's how do I tell my girlfriend's parents we're dating? She's pregnant. Like, are you having the baby? Like, what's up with that? Like, what are you gonna do about that? Um, it's geez, like, don't make any rash decisions. Put it that way. And they're old school, so they're not gonna like it. But what's the age of consent in Switzerland? It doesn't matter what the age of consent in Switzerland is. It matters what the statute of limitations is where you are. If you flee to Switzerland and you successfully get there, then you'd wait until the statute of limitations runs out. It's probably very short on that because you're not looking at a major crime if anybody tries to prosecute, I don't think. It's so all right, that's good. Glad to hear glad to hear you're willing to reproduce. That's good. Cheers. Um, yeah, that's man, you gotta first thing on the Sunday morning, you gotta come through with the hard questions. That's it's pretty good. Um, Wait a minute. Who's what are the She's 17 and I'm 35. Oh, okay. Is that where Roman Polanski fled to? Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But 17 versus 35 isn't quite the same as what Roman Polanski did, if I recall. Uh, was it Roman Polanski? I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not. I don't even want to comment on it. I'm going to be commenting from a place of complete ignorance. So, if somebody would like to explain that in the chat, feel free. But you have to know when to like draw the line and say, I don't know about that, right? It's kind of an important feature for YouTube creators. All right, it's time for the striptease section of the video. My eggs are almost done, and I'm going to have to slip into something more comfortable, or actually slip out of some things that are less comfortable. So here comes your YouTube striptease. Look at that! I've already taken off one sleeve, folks. I mean, can you deal with the anticipation of what's coming next? I don't know how you can handle it. You must be on the edge of your seats. Like, look at that. Oh my God. He takes off his sleeves by themselves. Like, dude is like a proper clothing snob. He always wears the same thing. He always wears the same thing and he's happy with that? What the hell? He either wears SNN or the Velo Shop all the time? Huh? Well, not all the time. Maybe you've seen our Facebook posts. All right, now we're going to show some skin. Oh, what the heck is this? Just for clarity, I'm not on the U.S. national team. Yeah, I need a motorcycle suit. If I had a motorcycle suit, I would occasionally wear it. Like in the wintertime, I would ride the bike in a motorcycle suit sometimes. You know, I feel like I feel like it'd be fun to go ride the mountain bike in a motorcycle suit and go crash on purpose and see what it's like. You know, I would do that. I used to race mountain bike. I mean, I still do race road and track, but mountain, mountain bike, that's that was my thing. That's how I became a pro cyclist. So, yeah, I mean, I totally agree. The thing is, we don't really wear armor because it's too heavy. So yeah, we don't wear armor. We try very hard to not crash, and when we do, we destroy very, very expensive sets of clothing. So allow me to get off camera here because we don't want to show too much skin. It's got to stay PG-13 on the channel. These things, you can barely take them off. It's crazy. It's like, help me, help me. There we go. I think I got it. That's fun. That's when you have the most painted on clothing that you can possibly get. It's not that easy to get out of it. All right, allow me to get back on camera. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was hot, right? Our daily YouTube strip teases and relationship advice. That's a new direction for the channel. We did daily space weather for over 6 years, and now we're moving to disrobing and relationship advice, or you could say legal advice. Would it be best to wear a tank top and shorts for max wind resistance and weight loss? No, I mean, you can get sleeveless cycling jerseys. Like, cycling jerseys are very specific. So if you want good aerodynamics, you want to have longer sleeves that come almost all the way down to the elbow. But you can get a jersey that has no sleeves. But the main thing is, let me jostle my skin suit around here so that I can show you the back of the jersey correctly. Because the most important feature of a cycling jersey, the reason we usually wear them on top of our skin suits, is because of the pockets. So cycling jerseys typically are going to have 3 pockets in the back, and like that is just fantastic. So See that? 3 pockets there. And that way, that's actually at a good spot for aerodynamics too, because anything that sticks out, you want it as low as possible, because there's a lot of wind rushing over your back. So I mean, but you know, get the clothes a little undersized. Pay attention to the size charts, but this stuff is usually stretchy. So you know, you want it to be absolutely painted on skin tight if you can help it, and that's how you get the best aerodynamics. I mean, you can save, if you buy a high-end skin suit, you can save like, between that and shoe covers and aero gloves and an aero helmet, you can save like 100+ watts. I think about 140 watts or so you can save, which is an insane amount. I mean, that's like, there are people that can barely put out 140 watts. So it's major. The clothing thing is just, it's bonkers. So I mean, and that's the least expensive upgrade that you can do as far as going faster, is just by getting like top end clothing. The wind really doesn't get caught in the pockets because they're very stretchy. They're specifically designed to stay flat. They always have like reinforced elastic at the top, and the pockets themselves are reinforced as well, because it's pretty dangerous. You know, you don't want stuff falling out of your pocket. It could go in your wheel or something, and you know, if you drop stuff while you're riding, it can crash you bad. So it's pretty serious. No, the pockets, if you're worried about it, maximum aerodynamics, you can get a skin suit where the, you know, like this thing I'm wearing on the bottom, this is a USA, this is the Team USA skin suit, and like this thing has no pockets. It's absolutely skin tight. It even has, there's even like a texture to the fabric, and that also helps aerodynamics. So like you can see there's a bit of a relief there. That dimpling reduces laminar airflow, and it actually, yeah, like a onesie. And they're actually a good value. You know, like for example on Gear Trade, we're not paid to endorse that, but sometimes I buy stuff there because we have a lot of clothing. When you ride as many days a week as I do, you go through a lot of clothing, and you know, you can get really nice skin suits there, that, you know, and not have to pay full retail price for them. And you know, it's a good value because top of the line cycling shorts are going to cost you like $300. A top of the line jersey will cost you like $85 on up. So it's insanely expensive. So if you find a skin suit that only costs like $100 or something like that, that's a hell of a deal. And this type of skin suit, this is by ASOS Switzerland. ASOS Switzerland is the best company I've ever used. And I started racing in 1997. ASOS is the best company I've ever used, and I've yet to see a product by them that isn't like the best. I mean, it's, the U.S. national team doesn't even use ASOS anymore. They use another company called Cuare from Italy. I guess James T. Kirk didn't like it too much, but yeah, this stuff here, this is the best I've ever seen. And this skin suit on Gear Trade, it only, I think it costs like $110, 107 or something like that. I mean, that's crazy. Like, it's so cheap. And the ASOS chamois pads, the chamois pad that goes in the cycling shorts to be in between your perineal area and the saddle and, you know, the rest of the shorts, there's a chamois pad in there, and ASOS brand chamois pads are the best I've ever seen. They're so comfortable that it's like you're on a plush recliner or something versus other brands. I'm even told that some of the like Tour de France teams, they'll wear some other brand like Castelli or Santini or some other brand, and they'll take the chamois out of their shorts and put ASOS chamois in their shorts. I can't say for sure that's a thing. I don't get to look inside of the shorts of Remco Evenepoel or anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised, because when you're, you know, doing that many hours on the bike, you have to have the best stuff or you'll die. Like, you'll literally die. Your bike will like split you in half, and like you will not survive the Tour de France. So that's just, that's just what happens. You got to have like top end stuff, you know, like And what's cool about it is that it's an arms race for consumers because the UCI, the Union Cycliste Internationale, has rules that require the teams that ride the World Tour that they have that they're only using equipment that the public can purchase because otherwise, what's the point? We need an arms race for stuff that we can buy, right? You want to be able to, ride Tadej Pogacar's Colnago and stuff like that. And so that's like one of the rules of the sport. You can't just release prototype stuff like special edition bikes that are only for the top riders. Now, at the same time, keep in mind that many of the companies out there, like Specialized is a great example. Specialized's new time trial helmet, that is specifically designed around one rider, the current world time trial champion, Remco Evenepoel, the Olympic gold medalist in the time trial. He's a relatively small in stature Belgian rider, and so his requirements are very different than mine. He's not built like me. I'm 6 foot 170. Remco is like 5'8", 140 maybe, something like that. And he has a different position on the bike than me. And Specialized helmet it's designed around his anatomy because people fit differently on bikes. So, it's what works, what gets me into a crazy aero position, might not might not work for somebody else. They might be uncomfortable. They might not be able to put out a lot of power when they're in the aerodynamic position, or who knows. There could be issues with the pedaling, the pedaling angle, like how far behind the bottom bracket you are, and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's pretty complicated, but yeah, you can do a lot with it. If you ever decide to take up the sport of cycling, just hit me up. I mean, I'll help you out. I'm a lifetime steward of the sport, so I'll help you spitball is what you ought to do. More comments. Thanks for dropping a line. Barbarian. Ask Dottie. I kid. You're like a real life Pee Wee Herman about his bike. Could I give free gear as a sponsor? No. I've given people free bikes throughout the years, and they don't ride them. So nope, not giving anybody anything except perhaps information. If you're deemed worthy, you will be given the knowledge to do things that are inhuman, that other people have no clue how to do. Do you like to operate on the vehicle scale while riding a vehicle that's human powered? Would that be because you want to be on the vehicle scale? Are you that strong that you want to be on the vehicle scale? Well, I'm already there, and it's a weird place to be. It's a very, very weird place to be. So, but you should definitely enter the vehicle scale. Just don't enter into any races with cars, trains, buses, trucks, etc., where the result is a tie. Because if it's a tie, like car versus train, you lose. So if you decide to race like motor vehicles, just make sure you win. That's what I do. Because I race motor vehicles regularly. I just always win. It's not that hard. You can tell when that car's going to get to the stop line or stoplight or stop sign first. And if you get there first, they're probably not going to run you over, right? You see, people get mad when cyclists run stop signs and stoplights, but they're missing one thing. We're the ones who are in danger. We can get a ticket for it. We can get run over for it. We can lose our lives and our equipment. A person in a car might get a little tiny dent on their car or something, but like we might get a little bit dead from it. Like, so it's like that's on us when we run stop lights, stop signs. And not everybody does it. Some riders are They follow all the rules like very like strictly. You never know what you're going to get. Riders are like a box of chocolates. Some of us are also professional drivers. And practically all cyclists also own cars. At least like in Western nations. You know, if you go to Congo or something, yeah, maybe not. But in first world nations, practically all cyclists have cars. So it's not like we're completely aloof to the challenges of motorists. We are motorists. In fact, I have 2 cars. So there's that. Oh my gosh. Eggs are so good. And by the way, here's a great reason to live in the Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, adjacent to Allentown. Here's a reason. We live right next to the Fertile Crescent. Berks and Lancaster counties are absolutely premier farm country. And there's lots of empty space there, folks. Lots of empty space. The riding is spectacular, and the scenery is spectacular. The people are largely like, it's like the Midwest, and it's right there. You know, it's half an hour away from Allentown. You're in Berks County, and it's bonkers. You can get all kinds of stuff that you definitely want. And as a result of being in Lehigh Valley, we don't experience the same food inflation that the rest of the country experiences. I mean, for example, eggs. We are totally in poultry country here. So these latest 2 dozen eggs that I bought, they were only $3.99 a dozen. Now the last time it was like $5.49 a dozen, but it's come down. So I mean, we live right next to poultry country here. So, you know, there are plenty of chicken and turkey farms right in the valley and all around it. And also the Schuylkill Valley, you know, it's an amazing place. I mean, it's one of the best places to live in the world. And if you like cycling, that just makes it even better. It is one of the world's premier cycling hotspots. World-class events every year, world-class riders from here. Thousands live here. I mean, there's so many riders, it's bonkers. So, yeah, it's a great place to stay and ride, for sure. And the riders are so good that it raises the level of everything. I mean, like, the bike races are harder. The riders in the races are more skilled. There's a track, so there's that. It's a crazy place. Real estate values are off the charts. So if you can't pay an exorbitant amount for a home, then don't move to the Lehigh Valley because it is really, really expensive for real estate. The other stuff isn't so bad. I mean, cost of living is higher than the average part of the country. All right, so, you know, cost of living is not low. But especially rents and real estate prices are bonkers. Besides that, you can get some values in the Lehigh Valley. There are lots of farmers markets, and it's just good. I don't know what to say. It's just very, very good. So, time to get up to the... Oh, for fuck's sakes! Son of a fuck! Ah! I just spilled coffee all over the place. Didn't do too much damage. And I missed my arm warmers. Look at my arm warmers are safe. Oh, look at that. Oh, no coffee on the arm warmers. Yeah, that's pretty good. Some on the laptop, but it'll be undamaged. I apologize for that temporary aside. Oh, man. That's what happens, man. You do too many things at once, and haste makes waste, and then you pour coffee all over your supplements, And then you go, what the hell did I do that for? At least it won't be sticky when it dries, because I drink my coffee black most of the time. All right, let's try that again. Simply walking upstairs. Maybe I can pull it off, folks. Cross your fingers for me. Maybe I'll be able to walk upstairs today. That's, you gotta rise to life's challenges. Rise to life's challenges. It's working. I think I'm almost there. I've made it up the stairs, folks. Dag. Shout out to Kimberly Nichols. Kimberly, if you're watching this live stream, definitely don't do a cartwheel. One of our viewers, Framunda, she lives in Australia, she hurt herself doing a cartwheel. I don't know exactly what she did. I don't think any of her body parts became detached or anything like that, so that's good. And let's talk news stories. So this will be different than like the Sunday morning news rounds that you'll see on NBC and ABC and CBS, because you'll get my scathing review of things instead of their scathing review of things. So that'll be nice. You'll enjoy it. Or you'll be mad. Either way, that's on you. All right, let me get to these comments here. We see more comments, so let me get to those. Lovebug says, I'm probably won't ride, but can you give a Xbox Series X? All right, so let's see if we got any news stories here that we want to cover. I will open my Pandora's browser box, and I will cover whatever I see. I'm going to go to just one news source. No financial news today. This is Sunday. So no financial nothing. Markets are closed, and I'm closed to talking about commodities and crypto and silver and, well, silver is a commodity. Yes, I know. Please correct me in the comments. All right. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Apparently there was a nuclear site attack. Ukraine celebrates its Independence Day on today. Independence from the Soviet Union. Yes. They became free from communism. Cool. And there's a new tropical storm. Tropical storm Fernand, which looks like it's all in the middle of Saharan dust. Which brings us to weather. Hold on, let me skim these news stories. Pentagon planning Chicago military deployment as Trump. So it looks like Chicago is next for National Guard troops, perhaps. That should be interesting. The Pentagon looking at Chicago. Chicago. Gen Z driving a whole new drinking culture. What? There's a new drinking culture? You mean they're not drinking? Is that what's going on? Oh, sober, curious generation. That's good. It's the wholesome movement, folks. We love the wholesome movement. It's so good. I mean, it's so benevolent and wholesome. You gotta love it. Do you watch Little House on the Prairie? Do you listen to Run DMC? What about J. Rue the Damager? J. Rue the Damage is a good one. He's fun. Is he a pimp, a hustler? No, he's not. Oh, Warren Buffett's selling Apple and Bank of America. and piling into the beaten down value stock instead. Oh, piling into this beaten down value stock instead. Ooh, what's Warren Buffett buying now? Turns out he's buying some. I mean, I would sell Apple. I can't stand Apple. Like, ugh, Apple is. They're as putrid as Microsoft. Can't stand them. I mean, I guess they're a little better than Google overall, but it's an apples to oranges comparison, right? Come on, what did he buy now? What's the new Berkshire Hathaway holding? Just tell us what it is. Oh, really? You're just going to report that they bought United Health Group again? God, this is like a pathetic attempt to boost the stock or something. Should you buy Berkshire Hathaway right now? Oh, brother. Wow, Warren Buffett is in 4 different news stories here. Why is he in the news so much? Like, is something about to happen with Warren Buffett? Is Warren Buffett gonna become the Antichrist or something? He's gonna reveal that he was actually born in Iraq. Because the Antichrist has to be born in Iraq, according to Revelation or something. Something somebody said about a thing. All right, so let's take a look at this tropical system here. I'm going to show you the map. We're going to go to nullschool.net and take a look at this mother. We're going to take a look at this mother. All right, so there we got sea surface temperature. It's very, very warm in the Gulf and pretty warm in the subtropical Atlantic as well. We'll zoom out a little bit here to make this more earthly. That's okay. That's not too bad. All right, so let's take a look at wind at the surface. So there's that new tropical system. Let's take a look at Saharan dust. It looks like it's right in the middle of Saharan dust from what I'm seeing. Okay, not that much dust. So that is a new thing. So let's take a look at a forecast here briefly on tropicaltidbits.com. Tropicaltidbits.com. You can follow the owner and curator of tropicaltidbits.com on Twitter. It's at Tropical Tidbits. I forget his name. I'm bad with names, I tell you. All right, so let's switch regions here. We'll go to the West Atlantic. There we are. And let's just bring up a 72-hour forecast here, since that is a believable forecast. There we go. 3-day forecasts tend to be super accurate, so let's see what that low is expected to do. Fizzle out and go north. Like, what? That is not anything. Like, what the hell? Yahoo News reported on that. That is another nothing burger. A nothing burger. Now, let's check the National Weather Service radar at radar.weather.gov. And by the way, part of my guerrilla filming technique. But for some reason, the algorithm hates when we make highly produced videos on the computer, and they prefer that we make it on mobile like this. So I don't know why, but we prefer people to watch the content, so we make them this way. Here's Nebraska, and Nebraska's got the heaviest storms in the country. And we've got a bunch of stuff, showers. It's going to be some nuisance moisture here in eastern PA. There you go. Some annoying showers here that are just going to roll through and then kind of be gone, and like more showers will probably come through, and it's gonna be one of those days where it's kind of a bit moist, and somewhere between moist and sopping, or you could say soaked. Pardon my provocative terminology, folks. It is, I assure you, 100% on purpose. So here's our water vapor map, and that's going to show you what's going on there. You can see there's dry, massive air that's cold, moving straight down from Canada there, right now across the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, and don't forget into the Midwest. So you see this dry mass of air here pushing down. This is the water vapor map from the NASA GOES Interactive Weather Satellite Suite. And that should give you a good idea of what's going on if you understand basic physics. I mean, if you know how the weather works, then that map should be very useful to you. Okay, that means that there is a cold front pushing across Pennsylvania. So that's what's going on. Let's move on next to the sun, which I just have conveniently queued up here as we stream it on Twitch. And by the way, there's a chance of major solar flares right now. Where? From down here. This sunspot group right here has already produced at least one M-class event. And so let's take a look at what else is going on with the closest star. Whoops. Because the closest star is the coolest star to gaze upon. I mean, the idea that we know what's going on in distant galaxies is all based on understanding what's going on at El Sol, right? The answer is yes, because that is just a fact. So I suspect sunspot number has risen here, but let's take a look at a magnetogram to see what is going on with that new sunspot group. Since it's already produced some flares, let's see how naughty it can get. And it's really not looking very good here. I mean, I suspect it's not in view yet. So here, we'll show you that briefly. So there is that sunspot. It's looking, I mean, we're not seeing the main umbra yet, so it's too early to tell anything on that. This one here is not very complex. That is beta class sunspot, I think. And yeah, these are all pretty, the likelihood of large flares is actually kind of low, but except for down there on that southeastern limb. That southeastern limb, that is the place to watch. So I'm sure if we look at, let's just bring up a 48-hour. Man, this is like work. I gotta like hold the phone and things. Dude, it would be way easier. Hey, YouTube, fix the algorithm. What's up with that? We stream on the PC. It looks fantastic. And we get like 14 views. So yeah, there remains a high chance of large flares down in that southeastern limb, because until we're able to see the magnetic fields there, we don't know what the deal is with it. So that's what's up. High likelihood of flares there. And of course, we can't see if the sunspots that are behind the limb there are degrading or not. But there are certainly some channels that cover space weather that are degrading. Should we mock them again today, like every other day? No, I guess not. And let's see, what else do we have here? Sunspot number. You probably want to know what that is. Well, it is, it's steadily rising here. We're back over 100 for the sunspot number. Sunspot number currently, I'll say 111. 111 sunspots. As far as incoming CMEs and things like that, let's see what we have as far as solar wind goes. It looks pretty nominal here. There was a little bit of M-class flaring in the past 24 hours, but pretty minor, and it did all come from that southeast limb. Let's see, briefly consult the space weather enthusiasts dashboard here just to see what NOAA's saying, but I'm not aware of any space weather on the way. If I'm wrong, let me know. Nope. We are expecting, they're calling for geomagnetic unrest Monday night into Tuesday. I don't know why. Maybe a coronal hole high-speed stream. Let's see if we can find one of these forecasts here. Here we go. Oh, man, what is going on with that? You got some busted forecasts. All right, so here is the Enlil spiral from NOAA. We'll just show that, and that should appease you, the viewer. So there you go. Earth is the green dot here, and it looks like the reason for that uptick is not a CME. That would be coronal mass ejection. I think it's calling for a very, very weak coronal hole high-speed stream. So that might miss the Earth entirely. Here's the past 48 hours, SDO 211 angstroms, and as you can see, it's, I guess, this one they're talking about. I don't know. As far as the magnetic environment goes, it's still more South Pole oriented coronal holes. So Earth remains in this South Pole oriented magnetic sector, and things are very calm. So that's about it. And thanks for tuning in. So I'm going to close this thing out. We'll see you soon. There'll be some promotional stuff coming momentarily, and we're going to release some more shorts today. So look for those to come out soon. You'll see some information about skin suits and stuff, because I tested out maybe the fastest skin suit in the world. It's definitely up there. It's certainly one of the fastest ever made. And it was obvious when I was on the bike yesterday. It was like minimal effort and just gone. Uphill 30 miles an hour, chilling, looking around like, wow. So, all right, anyway, it's time to close this out. See you next time here at the Smash News Network, the busted name of news. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smash O Mash, signing off. And may that solar wind be at your back.